Morning, everybody, and welcome to your weekly style edit. I'm Kim Crow. I own Evie Lou in Cleveland.
And I'm Sylvie Hart. I'm a personal stylist in Cleveland.
Well, obviously, the story today is all about height. I'll have everyone know I'm actually wearing like 3-inch heels, and I'm still barely to Danni's shoulder. So say hello to Danni. She joined our staff about a month ago here, and she's going to help us illustrate the challenges of being tall.
Exactly.
Now, I will tell you girls, when I first opened a store 15 years ago, I'm 5'1", and I had absolutely no sympathy whatsoever for anyone tall, because everything in my life is way too long. You look at these pants, which have an ankle length on everybody in the store, but on me, they're pillowing around my ankles. But then within a few months, I did start to get some sympathy, because these lovely tall ladies would come in. All the pants would be this much too short and not like they're supposed to be.
Sure.
All the sleeve lengths, came to here. Everything was 3/4 sleeve, whether they wanted it or not.
Yeah.
So as I started buying for the store, I started trying to pay attention to that as well.
Yeah, and you've done a great job with that, Kim, because as I see customers coming in, there's definitely, the perfect length no matter how tall you are. So I think one of the things we want to talk about first is how do you know what length pant is optimal for your height? And one of the things you want to do is always know your inseam. So the inseam you're going to measure right from the crotch of your pant, I'm being very descriptive here, down to the floor. And you want to be sort of, if you're 5, and so how tall are you?
5'8".
You're 5'8". So
I think you're more like 5. With a little shoe on.
And what is the inseam that you tend to prefer on your
I
pants?
prefer a 30, so I can
30.
go give or take a little bit, but 30 is what I like to hit.
30, and 30 is going to be about ankle length.
Yes.
For you. And ankle length is really a great length because you can have a lot of different ways to wear shoes and style with tops. If you wanted more of a full leg, then you're going to go down to a 32-inch. Okay. And so knowing your inseam allows you to be a smarter shopper, because you can come into a store and ask and say, Kim, I'm looking for inseams that are at least 30 inches. And so knowing that number is really important, as well as shopping online. Most retailers will have the measurement online, so you can check to see and make sure you're getting the right length there.
Well, with cropped pants kind of being in vogue right this moment in fashion time, I think that's probably all you're finding is our ankle length. Is that correct?
So I've gotten very used to it and accepting the crop flare trend in that, and I do like it, but sometimes I do want that extra length to not have a cold ankle.
Yeah, for sure.
And how about tops? What are you looking for in tops? Did you pay any attention to that with sleeve length? That is something that I hear about a lot.
Sleeve length, yes, especially in jackets and any kind of button-up top or anything that doesn't have a lot of give to it. It's when the arms are going out when it comes up. That's what I'm always looking for. So always the arm test with tall people.
Well, that's what I tell my short ladies who complain about arms that are too long. I say we can always make things shorter, but the taller women can't make them longer.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to adjust. We live in a democracy. So how about jumpsuits? Is that a challenge for you at all?
I never really dabbled in it. Jumpsuits and rompers, I kind of just stay away from because it's always a battle of too long or too short.
Yeah, that's when we shoot them for our website, because our models are mostly tall. That was one thing I'll say. It's usually easier if they're shorter for a jumpsuit, because the rise is often uncomfortable if you're tall.
Yes.
But I do think we have a few here that we're going to put on you that would work.
Yes.
But just because you have to know your brands that cater to a longer, leaner torso.
Exactly. And again, that's where that inseam comes into play, and also the length of your torso can also make
Can you talk a little bit about that, Sylvie?
Yes. So, depending on how tall you are, a lot of times, you could be one of three. You could have sort of that average build where your torso and that would make for a very tall person, right? If your torso and your inseam, your legs are similar or proportionate, then you might have longer legs and a shorter torso, or you would have shorter legs and a longer torso. And so in that case, whatever sort of length or proportion your torso to your legs are, that's when we play with the rise of the pant so that we can create a little bit more balance there. And so in your case, Danni, you have more of a shorter torso compared to the length of your legs.
I would say so, yeah. I feel like having the longer torso and shorter legs is kind of a hard one when you're tall. It's really hard to get that rise correctly. But with the shorter torso and long legs, That's doable.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Yes.
Yes.
So-
I always thought high rise was the answer for me because it would like elongate my leg and make me seem taller, but I've come to accept the mid rise and the lower rise just looks better on me for my body because it keeps my leg length, but then allows me to do more with my tops and stuff. So
That's
I don't have
absolutely
the high
right.
rise just holding me in all the time.
Yes, and then the high rise is going to give your torso the appearance of being even shorter.
Exactly.
So I could see that where the mid rise is probably more optimal.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Do you want to dress her up?
Let's do it. All right, so let's first talk about what you're wearing, Danni. This is the Pistola jean.
This is a new one, the Blair.
Yes.
It's like a balloon leg more than a barrel.
It's great. And Danni, if you can come a little bit closer, what makes this unique is really that waistband. It's minimal, right? There's no belt loop. It's very minimal, streamlined. The darts going down, which again gives that appearance of more of an elongated leg, and then more of an arc than
Eli.
Eli, thank you. And so this particular leg, it's really hitting maybe a smidge above your ankle. With your socks on, it's sort of hiding that extra gap there. But is this a length that would feel comfortable for you?
Yes, in the summer I will lean towards something like this, but then once I get into the winter and wanting to wear my boots, I'm kind of struggling with how this look goes with my like taller boots and my shorter boots. So that's where I would kind of put these away for the winter months. So.
Got it. That makes sense. Or wearing a boot that has a longer shaft that you can tuck up underneath.
Right, like a knee-high boot that's tight. That would be cute underneath there too.
Yes. Okay, great. And then we have to highlight this beautiful top from
which would work on
Pistola.
pretty much anybody. It doesn't have to be on a tall
exactly.
person. But yeah, this is like a little summer weight sweater. It has some open crewel work to it. 100% cotton. Just such a cute little popover.
And if you come a little closer, Danni, just so everyone can see that scoop. It's so pretty. It's so different too with that extra bit of ribbing. It's very sophisticated. I think it looks great on its own. You put a little tank under it to raise the neckline, but you could wear it under a jacket too to add some texture, which I like that. Okay, we're gonna switch outfits and go with a dress.
I would thought I would talk a little bit about if you are a shorty like me and you want to look taller. That is usually something I don't try because who am I fooling? But something like this, like a boot cut pant. This is from Runhold. It's a little check, and it is, it has a normal rise. If I wanted to do something like that would give the illusion of having longer legs. Again, not sure I'm fooling anybody, but I always, and if you're wearing your pants a little bit long, that pull at the ankle too.
Yes.
That is, sometimes a good option as well.
Exactly. I think another trick, Kim, is to do a monochromatic. Going all one or a column of color so that you've got the base color is the same, and then you might have a different colored jacket over it. That's going to also be very lengthening. So, yes.
Great.
Yeah, and maybe I'll talk about what I'm wearing too. I love this little sweater. This is from Knit. It is a really nice lightweight summer weight sweater. I feel like this would be great for when it does get warm and you need something for indoors. But the pattern is fun, and I put it back to that sort of murky color that we talked about last week. That got a lot of great feedback too. So.
Yeah, it did. Oh, and I'm wearing this Gershon Bram top. It has these princess seamings. It's been really popular in the store, so I wanted to show it to our online customers as well. I don't know if you can see the seam details there, but it's very flattering and sort of gives the illusion of a waist. I don't really have one anymore.
Yes. It's all about those illusions. Actually, this sweater does a nice job of that too, with the way the lines are and the shapes. It sort of gives shape.
We're back with this wonderful dress from Lila P. Now, when someone tall has walked in the store in the last month or so, this is one of the first pieces I pull for them. It's a little bit long through the torso, so it works better if you do have a bit of a longer rise, but it does hit Danni really well. So I think having height is kind of perfect for that.
Yeah, it is perfect. That was one of the things that you mentioned, Danni, that you are you look for midi or maxi dresses.
Yes.
That's going to be the right length for you. Anything mini Above the knee is going to be too short.
Just kind of avoid.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably that would be a more awkward length. You know, if it's supposed to be super short, it's gonna be way too short, and then if it's supposed to be like a mid-thigh, then it's the mini, and the proportions are incorrect.
Exactly. And then let us give you this little jacket, because when you have a maxi dress like this, sometimes it's nice to add a little definition to your waist, and having a little crop jacket like this is from Tulip.
Yeah.
And I know, Kim, you've got a couple different colors.
Yes,
in
it's
this
been
that
it's been such a hit that we ordered a few more varieties of it. There's maybe one left in white. We have a whole new slew of black, and then this beautiful sweet pea color and a stormy blue, which is really pretty, more marled. But it's just a nice little lightweight cover up. Again, would work for people of any size or height. That's for
exactly. Sure. I do love where this is hitting, though. I think it's sort of the perfect length, right at your natural waist there. Yeah. So,
why don't we try a different sort of dress? So this one has more of a defined waist. Why don't we try something that has a smocked waist? Because that might be more flexible for people with different torso size. If you have longer legs or shorter legs. I think this little Pistola guy would be fun. Okay, let's try this smock dress from Pistola. I love the way this is, because you can adjust the straps, and I just feel like this has been a great dress for people a lot of different heights, but especially torsos.
Yes.
Because it's just, that's always one of the things that we struggle with on a dress. So it doesn't have to be this dress, but when you are shopping for that, look for something that has some smocking, that could just add some versatility to it.
If you want to come a little bit closer, Danny, so everyone can really see that smocking. Yeah, it's such a pretty detail. And I have seen this dress on shorter gals, taller gals, but I think your point is right on, that it's really the torso is where you want to, play with this feature. So, and then one other way to sort of add a little bit of arm coverage if you want to is, again, a little jacket. This is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, it's such a great one.
It's so good.
It might be a little long for this, but I love
add
the sleeve length.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think on this I'd probably add a nice chunky shorter necklace to draw the eye up, and that can kind of balance that out a little bit. So
that's great.
Okay.
So we try some pants?
Let's
we
do
got
pants.
pant, not that. Another great pant that we've loved for taller people is this crisp cotton poplin. It's from Planet. We have it in two colors. It's just a one size piece. So Danny's typically like a 27, like a 4'6", would you say? And so this is a little roomy on her, but in a very chic, sophisticated Katharine Hepburn sort of way.
Truly.
But look how long it is.
Yes. I would have to get this tailored for me, definitely. But it's so beautiful. And then I love how we kept this all really tonal, and just it adds to the sophistication, even though it has a very kind of relaxed vibe about it.
Yes, yeah, these are two pieces from Cynthia Ashby, this little overall top, which I love, and just a basic t-shirt, but it's nice and soft, and it's a great color for the season. But full-length pants. I know, I'm like blowing some people's minds with that.
And you can wear a flat. You don't have to wear a platform or anything. So, all right, let's do one more jean outfit.
Okay, and back on our parade of full-length pants for tall girls, we have these from Pistola. That's the Lottie pant, or denim, and it's really, really soft and lightweight. Just doing a walk for us, Danny. It's it's drapier. It's not like a stiff denim at all.
It's perfect for this season and for the summer. And then really this is perfect for a taller person, right? This is more of that full length jean. It gives you a lot of variety too with sandals. I love it with an open-toed sandal. You could do a pointed toe shoe to even add more, elongated legs. Not that maybe you don't want to, but I would. And then we paired it back with something short and cropped, because again, the jean is a higher waisted jean, so this really adds the right proportion and balance for you, Danny.
And the uneven hemline is helpful too,
Yes.
So it gives you some flexibility there too. But this is from Oh My Gauze. It's just a one size piece. Perfect for just back to higher waisted bottom, but we also like to throw it over sleeveless dresses if you just don't want bare arms too.
Yeah, perfect. All right, should we do one
Maybe,
more?
how about the jumpsuit?
The jumpsuit. Let's do the jumpsuit.
Yeah. Back to that idea of a good full-length pant for a tall person. This is from Prairie Underground. It's their carpenter jean, I believe, and it's done in a nice crisp cotton twill. it has some structure to it. Not the softest thing I've ever felt, but certainly not stiff.
Yes, exactly. You can see obviously the length. I'm 5'5", so yeah.
Yeah, this one I think was probably more for someone 5'7" to 5'9". For a woman 5'10", 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they have shorter legs, I feel like that might be a little more cropped than they wish, but it's still, it's a pretty good pant. And again, back to something a little shorter like this sweater from Cynthia Ashby. Another
So cute.
little summery popover.
I love it. I love it. But this is a pant that if I got it, I could roll it up and give it kind of a good, flood length or cropped length, which would be cute. So don't shy away too. If you find something that's too long, you can always get things tailored. You can roll. You can do a lot of different things with it.
A jumpsuit that works for a tall person. Why do you think this works, Danni? What did it for you?
I think the body just has a little bit of extra volume in it, so this can give to where I can hold it a little bit higher on my waist, or I can pull it down, and then there's enough length in the pant to where I even have them cropped right now or cuffed, and I can even do them uncuffed and they're even longer. So this is the first jumpsuit that's really worked for me. I remember seeing it on my first day working here. I was like, I think that's it for me, and it's great. I love it.
It's perfect, because I feel like there's so many jumpsuits that are just like a big one piece. There's no
defined waist.
Exactly. Whereas this, to your point, is perfect. You could even add a little belt to break it up. A lot of different ways to style it too.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun unbuttoned with like a long sleeve striped t-shirt underneath it. That could just make it a little more kicky.
Yeah.
Take it well into fall for you.
Yeah, cute.
Great.
Cute.
Well, Danni, thank you so much for doing this. And we really appreciate your expertise and giving us some perspective on what it's like to be a tall person.
Yeah.
in this fashion world.
Just I'm a little envious.
Was it this much?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us and have a great weekend.
Bye.